Okay, so you mentioned the 8.1 updates from Flipgrid. What are you most excited about out of all the things that you guys just released? What is your favorite one?
There's a lot. At the 8.1, I remember when I did the announcement, people were pretty pumped about Grid Pals, which I still am. Super pumped. The better way to connect with everyone. I think my top two for sure are AR. I think Flipgrid AR is going to be really game changing, and how easy it is just to like kind of bring anything to life so easily. Like with staff introductions, when you have just print off a QR code and you put it on their door, you can scan it. That's going to change the game for family nights and back to school nights, and really just like everything. One in particular, I think cards, like birthday cards, are going to be huge. Like if now, I just sent my dad one. He lives in Kansas City. I live in Minnesota, so I sent him a card. Couldn't be there, but I was able to send him a card, and I had the QR code printed on there, and he's able to scan it, and I'm able to like wish him happy birthday. Like it's one thing that has text on there. So that's super easy, and it's super nice to have that kind of virtual face to it. And I think the second favorite thing is being able to share playlists of Discovery Library topics. I think educators share so much on Twitter and like have all these great ideas, and for them to create a link. So you can go in Discovery Library now, and there's a My Faves option, and you can pick all your favorite topics, whether it be from yours or different educators that you just love following, and you can create your own playlist and basically share it out. And like you can like, and that's super cool. Like if I'm a math teacher, I can just pick all of my favorite math topics, share that out, and like people can like follow. So that's super cool. Like on like Apple Music or Spotify, you can easily check follow this person, see what their playlists are. So it's cool to do the same thing on like an educational. Like it's very, very neat and great for. It's a good share fest. So, yeah.
Okay, I have another off the wall question. Okay. Yeah. So as far as Flipgrid goes, is there ever any, and you don't have to tell us what it is, but like a yes or a no, is there any Easter eggs or anything hidden in the software that, like, let's say we had students that were paying attention that wanted to go looking for something? Is there anything like that?
That's a good question. Let's say there's not anything they can find yet.
Okay. All right, cool.
Now, were you guys like when you were doing the update things, when you made the videos, like doing that, did you have some little Easter eggs in the videos?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Hey, I was watching some people, and I know they were like really looking and seeing like maybe they saw a QR code in the background, and we're trying. They had their little hypotheses going, and
it's crazy how much you can pick it up. But like you were like, I think it was Sri and Jeff who worked a lot on like kind of QAing a lot of the QR codes, and we're like, we should make this into like like a Marvel movie, like just drop some QR code like Easter eggs. And so we're like, yeah, why not? And like if they scan it, they don't or not. And then like they started picking up. I was like, oh yeah, let's really dive in deep. So we're definitely thinking about like all these different like kind of like Easter eggs. Are a little harder to find, but like once they find it, be worthwhile. So
then you can like snap your Flipgrid and make
spoiler if you haven't seen Avengers yet. Okay. What's your favorite place that you've gotten to travel to? Like, you don't have to mention unless you want to. You can talk about which conference maybe is your favorite, but where's the like coolest place you've gone to?
Coolest place I've gone to while on a trip. So I think we went to London this past January, and that was really cool because the longest I've ever been in London was for a layover, and that was a really epically cool city, and that was for a vet conference. And that was probably my favorite one that we've gone to. And we were there. We did actually a personal trip, me, Jess, and Adam, before the conference started, and that was really cool to just like. It was a very much like a kind of New York City, but like just the district's a part of it, and just like all the different like types and cultures of people that were all in this melting pot of a city was really, really cool, and the food was really, really good. Really good.
You did draw straws, or you just volunteered to do like, okay, I'll go to London.
Well, I mean, like we'll say yes to anything. We're nothing. Nothing ties us to Minnesota when it's November to about March.
Yes. You feel your pain a little bit there.
So like anywhere, like even if it's a little chilly, that's fine. But yeah, that was definitely my favorite place. The other place that we did offshoot of is the E2 conference that we did in Paris, which is really cool too. But right after the E2, we went to Budapest, and that was a lot of fun as well. That was my first time going there.
I'm still harboring a little bit of resentment because you never picked my name out of that hopper.
Yeah.
Paris, but
Hey, there's a chance again this year.
I'll give you another chance and another opportunity, but
Yeah, this year, did you guys hear where it's at this year? The E2 conference?
Australia, right?
Australia, yeah. So I'm pumped. That was my biggest regret in college. Like, this is a little long over to me, is that I never did study abroad, and the place I wanted to study abroad was Australia. So I'm excited to make that a fulfillment for College George 8 years ago. So
what's your best fake Australian accent then?
Oh my gosh. That's like, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna try and say like crikey, and then I'm gonna end up saying like cripes.
That could be one of the questions.
Oh, there you go.
That's
what George say. That's your giveaway right there.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do
Let's
too.
do it.
Yeah.
We'll throw that in there. All right. So, like, how long have you actually known Adam for?
I've known Adam since, gosh, it would have been 2013. So I've known him for, this would be going on 6.5 years about. Yeah. So we were in college together at Iowa State. He was a year younger, but we were part of the same fraternity. And we became friends. We knew each other probably at like 2013 or so, or late 2012. But we became really good friends like right after that, and we just stayed connected. And then also, like, when I said my first job was in Iowa City for 2 years, his family lived in Cedar Rapids, which is about 30 minutes north. So even after college, I was pretty close to his family, saw him a lot. He would have come home. So yeah, we've been good friends for close. God, it's crazy. Yeah, close to 7 years. So it's pretty awesome.
Now, since you've been friends for so long, can you tell us something that maybe most people wouldn't know about him?
That's something that people probably don't know about him, is that he wears pants every now and again. I think
I don't believe it.
There's a facade. Yeah, if I put it up this long, the curtain is drawn. But yeah, so so he wears pants. I think maybe other people know about his major, let alone like probably any of our majors, but he was in industrial design. And it's really cool because before this call, we were chatting about how you guys were teaching a robotics camp. And the whole purpose of his curriculum was design process and just the process behind like how you solve any problem. And it was really cool for me because I think looking back, I would have really enjoyed that curriculum opposed to mechanical engineering. Not to say mechanical engineering was invaluable at all, is that it was cool because his curriculum you can apply to anything, no matter what it is in daily life or is solving a problem, a technical standard, or even like a marketing thing. Like, okay, we want to outreach more people. How do you do that? You identify the market, you see the possible solutions, you iterate, and then you finalize. And he kind of learned the different kind of avenues to that. So I think that's really cool. I think Adam's college degree is really valuable, as you might not see it, and typically in a marketing kind of like or engagement field, but I think it's really, really valuable. So
nice. I like it. I would have had no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, so like in education, and I know like what you're saying, like with your degree being different from education, but now that you're working in the field and you kind of get to go around with educators, is there something that you'd like to see in education that we're not there yet, or is not just there yet? It doesn't have to be Flipgrid related, but just anything you'd like to see that maybe is not there yet.
Besides like the Matrix whole, like you stick the thing in the back of your head, you learn kung fu instantaneously.
Yeah. I think something that I wish education kind of gears towards, and I think even when I was a kid in school, I wish there was more hands-on approach, like in the real world. I think it'd be cool to start incorporating like real jobs or real like things that you would do a day-to-day basis earlier on. I think a lot of times, even in college, I feel like we didn't get any of the hands-on kind of material or experience. And I think it should be as early as like middle school. I think just like being able to shadow or bring it into the curriculum and just doing the day-to-day work, because then it's just not such an abrupt learning curve when they're in that, and like they can really feel confident, as well as like have an insight of to what they want to be. I think I definitely am still a very big have a passion for like science and math, but it didn't really line up with what I wanted to do because I wanted a little flex of people interaction, of more so a social aspect to it. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I hope that in education, the industry and education, as far as going up with it, they kind of like start to mesh, and it becomes very much like a fluid nature as far as like how they can discover like who they want to be and what they want to do. But, yeah.